to there. I know I did. So hopefully you all enjoyed a little bit of the same. A little recap of how yesterday ended up. We can see we started off, we pretty much one time framed up for a while. We ended up getting off an F period. We finally ended up taking out that high. Um, we had a tough time on that 48 level. Finally popped it. We came back down to it, and then the market just started to liquidate. You saw, basically what happened was momentum sellers jumped on board, started pushing the market lower, and then it rallied a little 15 handles into the close back to value. So you got that kind of excess here, you got that excess on that K low. They came below value, didn't like it, and brought it back up. So far, price is still being held up. We do want to still kind of remember, right? We've got the spike below. We've still got single print distribution. I guess it got filled really because of this day, but yeah, we'll just go ahead and erase it. We'll use the spike. We've got the 200 moving average sitting right at yesterday's low. So there's some levels below. If they keep trying to push this thing down, we'll kind of see. We're getting earnings today. I haven't really saw a lot of the earnings. I think are after hours today, anyways. But jumping over to the daily chart. Well, we'll jump on the monthly real quick. It's the third week of the month right now, and so far the month has been relatively up, especially the second part of it. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to jump over here onto the index. So if we look at the SPX here, and you can see COVID low, COVID high, and this was just swing high, swing low. We're gonna erase this one. Erase this one too. What I want to show you here on the SPX. Oops, show extended outward. Okay, is for the most part we're kind of in a balance, and then we've marked this gray zone before as an area for the market to come back up into. So one thing that's really, it's coming up into that trend, but it's also coming up into an area or a top of a bigger balance range. So you could kind of say, so imagine if this was a balance, a monthly balance, so the players are bigger, right? We've got excess here, excess here. We're coming back up into that area where we're going to kind of decide, okay, are these sellers going to capitulate and this thing's going to pop trend, or is it going to be the reoffer, and then we've got to come down and see if we make a higher low or a lower low. All right, jumping over to the weekly. The weekly's still looking pretty decent. We're one time framing up still. We're above the previous week's range. Yesterday we talked about that, right? We talked about that this level here, this 39.99 or the 4,001 on the futures, being an important level. And you can kind of see here on the weekly, we're getting, we're right there at that trend. It's almost broken, right? But the week's not over, right? We could reverse and finish back down in the trend. So I don't want to get too ahead of myself. On the daily chart, you can kind of see boom, boom, boom. We're coming back to that same spot. So it is interesting. You wonder after a huge balance like this, if this is enough pressure relieved, right? Like imagine if you have a hose, a water hose, and you turn it on all the way, but you put your hand on the very end of it so no water gets out, right? And then, then when you do, it'll just shoot. And that's kind of what's happened here. And it looks like they tried to put their hand back on it, but then they couldn't hold it, shot back up again. So, really the key here is that breakup trend, that it's a very tough situation. It's really tough to be a buyer here, and it's also really tough to be, not really tough to be a buyer or seller intraday. What's tough is having a really solid bias to me. Lecker, good morning. Fum, good morning. Zoe, good morning. Financial Juice was the name of that website I was trying to think of yesterday that has just like a bunch of news. Um, if you guys were looking for that, I haven't really got a chance to mess with it. I um, just kind of found out about it. Let's look at the earnings for today. Yeah, Microsoft earnings are today. Johnson and Johnson's earnings came in positive on EPS, but they didn't beat revenue. Verizon double beat. Lockheed Martin double beat. GE double beat. Let's take a picture. Morning, Kevin. What's going on here in GE? Oh, who changed this to red? Um, see. Oh, GE was crazy. Went all over. Definitely, it'll turn into a paid subscription at some point. Yeah. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. It's like, but I mean, it makes sense. Like, because what happens is they get so popular and so many people are using them that they have to start upping the amount of like software or whatever. I mean, I know there's a system to how it runs. Like if you're getting too much traffic, the website will obviously shut down, right? So they've got to keep up whatever it is, and that costs money. So I get it, and they're providing really good information too. So that's cool. It's 9:18. We still got some time. Israel, good morning.
Could always look at some Bitcoin.
Yeah, let me pull it up. This is the BTC. So Bitcoin, I mean, been holding pretty strong lately. We can kind of see, and then if you look, this is kind of what I was looking at yesterday. We're getting a little bit of a divergence here from the CVD, and you guys know, like I like the divergence from the CVD on Bitcoin because it typically plays out. So it looks like people are getting kind of short, where the market pretty much is just trading sideways. So to me, that's kind of like a hidden bullish divergence, possibly. Some of the key levels I think that we'll kind of key in here on
CBD?
cumulative volume delta or something like that. Let's see, what's it called? Just type in cumulative volume, or maybe it's CDV. I don't know. Let's see. Does it show it here? No.
Puma rate says CBD.
Okay. Yeah. Cumulative volume delta. There we go. I can't spell, so you'll be fucked. But yeah, I mean, I think we're kind of building some value down here, so there's probably some opportunity. I think to here. Make this a little bit more transparent. Yeah, so from like that 22.68, I think there's some opportunity in there. You can kind of see this down volume compared to the volume that came in yesterday is fairly weak compared to this volume that was coming up. And so that's why I think that CVD might be just giving us a little bit of a lead onto something. So maybe early today we start off selling, a little bit of continuation from yesterday, right? As people, you know, are creatures of habit and they're like, oh, the market was going down yesterday at the end, I'm going to sell it again. So they're going to sell it again. Maybe another test of that 4,001 since we're right here. Bitcoin comes down, tests that box, and then we catch a little bit of a bounce. Of course, you know, it's all going to be dependent upon what the market actually shows us. It's great to make a plan, but you can't just execute a plan if the market is telling you to do one thing and your plan is to do the other thing. And that is why we always try to maintain perspective, because maintaining perspective is really what's going to help you stay out of a bad trade. And like we've said, and it's something that I've heard somewhere, I just can't remember where, because I don't want to take credit for it. But sometimes the best trade is no trade, right? So that's something you've always got to think about. You know, sometimes the best trade is just to sit out and watch the market. And you see this weak spot on the profile down here. So we can assume there's trapped shorts still below the open from yesterday. I assume that, at least. So as we get close down to this 4,001, especially with it being that big Fibonacci level, and you can see it right here, 4,138.2. I expect some shorts to buy back their positions, and then I expect some longs to kind of step in. So we're kind of looking for that first bounce if we get a down push right away. You know, we're opening up on the Peter gap about, what's that, about 18 points down. So maybe a little bit negative breath coming in here early. We'll kind of see how that goes. Why is this like this? Is the, see if I just do like yes or something here. It is like that. Why is that? What in the fuck is going on here? See, that's why you gotta save the style in case anything gets fucked up. You gotta always save your chart so it doesn't get all shitty. We fixed it, so that's nice. We're gonna move this bad boy up. Don't need the breath bubbles. We're gonna change color. I like the green and the pink better than the blue and the pink. It's just a little bit easier to see for me. So I really wish I could get rid of this title bar. It'd be so dope. All right, we've got about 4 minutes left. So now's the time if there ever was that you need to wrap everything up, you know, solidify your plan and be ready to go. Double R, good morning. All right. We're ready, we're motivated, we're cooking with fire. We're good to go. James just sent me a link that said Chat GPT just passed a exam, a medical licensing exam at Wharton. Pretty crazy. Ah, good morning, Roach. Good morning.
Hey, did that lawyer AI win?
I'm not sure. All right, we've got about 2.5 minutes. Actually, 2 minutes. Um, I'll be right back. All right. 10 seconds. There's a bell. So immediate downside, kind of what we expected, right? People are creatures of habit. They're gonna just open up and continue doing what they've been doing. Most people are dumb. Volume coming in low here, so this is kind of giving us the signal for continuation that they want to keep pushing the price lower. They're just struggling here. There they go. You can see the breath opens up. Oh, what happened to the fucking breath? God damn it.
Good morning, all. How is everyone?
What's going on right now?
All right, let's get
Doing awesome.
moving here. So, everything I was talking about in the PPP is important, obviously, as it always is. Typically,
No, I thought I heard Peter Reznicek, and I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? So,
Yeah, I could.
bit of a bounce right here. I mean, the range is 7.5 points, so that's really nothing. A lot of volume coming in right here, and then the market keeps kind of bouncing up.
Yeah, the overnight came right to the end of the singles and B period as well.
Nice little pop here. Okay, so breath bubble, they're gonna show there at least. Okay. So you can see Nasdaq's still looking kind of strong, but the ES is looking kind of weak. They're kind of trying to fight on this open here, seeing if they can pop it a little bit higher. Nasdaq's trying to climb up to its VWAP. Back below the open or back to the open. Nothing really going on here. Back down to the volume. The bot got into a put. Weighted AD has gone negative. Looks like they want to keep going. You can see the unweighted line a lot lower than the weighted line here. Healthcare is getting ready to, well, healthcare is really kind of struggling here. AMD getting into a put, I'm not surprised just because of how up it was yesterday. I mean, it was on a tear yesterday. And remember I was saying like this 3-4-1 area, I think that's kind of the target here. There goes the ES. NASDAQ pulling back now as well. Tick coming down. You can see the NASDAQ breath has now flipped red. Look at the weighted, that the AD on the NASDAQ is 1200. Talk about once it gets down to 1500, you know, we start to have to look out. Decent little bounce off there. Not really a ton of volume, and you got short covering right off the low, and we're kind of coming right back into value here. So I don't know, it seems like they just offered it lower and no sellers were really that interested, and then here we go, a little Paparuski. Back to the open, maybe? I mean, back to volume here, but let's see, you know, really how far they can push it up. It looks like it's kind of getting reoffered right here now. Buyers look to be getting kind of stuck up here at the 15 again. More short covering there around the 10. Let's see if this time we see an offer move down here. They might try to run this thing up real quick. Probably to like 18 maybe. The open? Is that the open? Yeah, to 18. Let's see if they try to give them the old razzle dazzle here. Nasdaq's kind of holding the market up right now. Oh, they're selling still. They're good. It's still holding below zero. You're seeing a little bit of volume come in now.
With this being an area that I'm expecting like there to be short covering and stuff, I'm not taking any shorts until I get more like info, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Right here is not the best spot to get short, especially because the Nasdaq is just, well, here comes the Nasdaq coming down now. So now it's probably a good time. But the Nasdaq just came up and smacked its VWAP. So the Nasdaq is actually looking, it's kind of inversing the ES. While the ES is making new lows, the Nasdaq is actually, you know, above its half back of range still. Dow looks like shit. The Russell's kind of okay. VIX is popping. VIX is back above 20 now. But yeah, I mean, there was no continuation, and especially TJ, like, you know, that's a good call with only an 11-point range. Taking a breakout trade on the day where like the market's just not in like a trending mode, especially the Nasdaq's literally about to make a new high. It's just like you're gonna just get yourself in a bad position.
Yeah, I didn't want to take a breakout short in an area where I'm expecting there to be short covering, and then you get ripped on a short covering rally. Like the
Right.
first time it peaked below the overnight low, I think it ripped up like 6 points. You'd have been underwater quick, or I would have been underwater quick if you're taking it off the break of the overnight low.
Right.
But we had a P profile yesterday, which just even confirms short covering. We were over a spike, you know, um, and we still have singles, or well, I have like a single area marked below where I'm expecting short covering. So right now I'm more responsive longs until we get more information, or spend more time.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Today's one of those days where like it's not going to be like Friday or like yesterday where you can pretty much just get in whenever and eventually the market's going to just go back your way. Um, today's going to be, well, so far as we're seeing, today's kind of like very choppy. And, also we're kind of right below yesterday's value. So really kind of a break of that high back into value, that 2075, the A high right here is kind of what I would call a flipperooski because that's going to unleash, I think, a um lot of weak shorts that are piled in stops and then more short covering. And that's kind of what I think, like TJ was talking about, the market has kind of been going up on the heels of a bunch of short covering, and I think they're just rinsing and repeating. And as long as these retail traders will keep trapping themselves short, retail and hedge, because I mean, if you listen to the news and stuff, people are still pretty bearish. Like, I mean, like they're like, I want this, like it's gonna crash. Still, it sounds like 2020 all over again. So, um, until that dies down, basically we can just keep trading the ranges and trade what's right in front of us, right? Because the market just went up the most it's ever gone up in this amount of time in the beginning of a year since like 2001 or something crazy. um so like I just don't understand that, like the thought process behind that, behind a lot of these retail traders are like, oh, it's gonna crash. Like, it's not though. Right now it's not, because right now it's gone up the most it's ever gone up ever in the first 20 days of the year. So you know what I mean? Like, that's not solid advice. Like, hey, it's gonna crash. Okay, thank you for that. But today and like tomorrow and like, the next 19 days, like, what should I do? PMI coming up here, guys, in 1 minute. Um, and
Uh,
so right now the trend is up, and we don't. I mean, that's kind of where the market's been going. It's been trapping these shorts and squeezing them up, and then trapping them, and then squeezing them up, and then trapping them and squeezing them up, and so it's kind of like, well, if it's gonna keep working, why fight it? Peter said the same thing I said. He's a genius. Five seconds. Oh shit, market's going crazy. PMI. The impulse was 1750, right where we're at now. Big buyer just stepped in on 17 quarter. Watch this 17 quarter. He might be stuck there. Six coming back negative. They're back above that. The 17 quarter is going to be the pivot here, I could tell. Sellers are getting stuck on the 16. They're trying to come down with an offer. There's the 17 quarter. We pop it. A little bit of shorts cover there, but there's a little bit of a little bit of struggling from buyers right here. All right, back into yesterday's value. Free money. Nasdaq's going.
Brad,
Yeah.
hey, morning.
What's
How
up,
do
Tommy?
you how you managing your stop on this position? I took this trade a little bit but at the open. I'm in just below the open. Yeah, how with your runners, just how do you manage them? I'm struggling with the management of the runners.
I'm just looking because we're so like, I'm out now. I just got out at 24th quarter.
Okay.
But because of how choppy it is, I'm just
You're
looking
just
for
kind of
like
getting out quicker.
well, in like wherever the weak spots at the profile, like so right there.
Like
Excuse
at the
me.
20,
Yeah,
2075. There's a
right.
weak spot there, right?
Exactly. And so
So
that's where
what
my
you
stop was at. And then as soon as we popped, we got that little pop once we got right inside yesterday's value.
did you move up?
Right.
What to the next kind of, and then hid behind the next weak spot, and if it comes back and takes you out, it takes you out.
Right. And that's where that 24
Okay.
quarter, that 24 quarter was the next weak spot. So I jumped on that and then yeah, it came back and got me.
Got you. I managed it the same way. I just wanted to, because you can, when you get those big pops like that, it's easy to give a lot back, right? You can take your
Yes.
take profits, and then you can move into break even. And if I hid behind the, say the 2050, there's still a chance that it comes straight back to the 2050 and then continues. So I found that happens to me sometimes on my runner. It comes back, I'm hiding just behind the weak spot. It will just go just through the weak spot. Some volume will come in and then it will take off again. So sometimes I'm getting confused whether I should just cut my runner early rather than giving it the space to come back.
So that's actually a perfect point because I was thinking about this, or a perfect topic because I was thinking about this yesterday. And so the way during A period, it's hard because you have nothing to play against. You know what I mean? Like it's just A period, and we've been chopping around the open. So on a day like today, it's really hard. But so like yesterday didn't just go straight up at open. We checked back, and then pretty much it went straight up after it kind of held right here for a second. So you're able to hide behind this kind of weak volume all day for the most part. But when you have B period open up and now we get some conviction and the market keeps the squeeze up on when you see this, like this extension, this big AB range, that's a day where, especially with the open so far away from where like current price, like let's say we're just in B somewhere, so far away from current price, that's a time where I would be like, okay, you know what, I can give myself some room here because we've got some range coming in.
So you're kind of presuming the trend day earlier within the first couple periods of what kind of day you think it's going to be.
Right. Exactly. And then especially
which gives you the freedom right with your stop, because I get what you're saying. I get you.
Right. And then even like yesterday we had a couple pullbacks in B period. And they were like addable to your longs if you were still in. I actually got out. I got in and A, out in A, in and B, out in B, in and B, out of B, and then in and C, and out in D, I think. And then in a little bit later after the stream was over, I was still trading for a while. But like yesterday, we came down below the open, kind of hesitated, and then once we came above the open, we never came back. But on a day like today, where we've gone below the open, we came above it, we've gone below it, we came above it, maybe we'll go back below it, I don't know, but it's really tough to use volume in that sense on rotational or kind of choppy days like that. You really have to use more mechanical levels, I would say. So like on a day like today, like if you got long just below the open, your best bet would be, you know, right below the open, but then also, like you said, you're giving back, you know, what's that, 8 points right there off the high. So it's kind of a tough situation. But if it does break, then you know there's good odds that it goes another 10 points higher. So you're losing 8, but you're giving up 18. You know, it's a tough.
Yeah, like even it's a good example here. I could
Yeah.
have kept my my runner stop hiding in behind the weak spot at 20.5, and I'd still be in. But I would have had to watch it come back, like you said, 6 points.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is it's kind of like, you know, it just depends on how you're getting in the position. Like, and it just depends, I guess, on like your trading style too. If you've got time to sit here all day and let it play out, then that's it. And then a lot of times too, Tommy, I think, like, because what happens is, you know, both of you and I basically took the same trade. We're both out of the trade. We're both thinking, fuck, we should have stayed in the trade. And we're like, I'm going to get back in the trade. Sometimes the best thing right here in this situation is to like just go get
Wait
some
for,
coffee,
like,
you know,
wait for
fucking,
new bars or whatever. Wait till
yeah,
the next bar.
yeah, just because you're like, damn it, I should be in this. These are my ticks.
Yeah, exactly. Then you catch the top. Then you panic sell.
Yeah,
Now
then
you're
you
making-
put your stop back to where you originally had it, and it comes back and takes it that time.
Well, what happens too a lot of times, at least to me, is because I will get in like a lot of times, like right at the top, and then if it goes down a tick, then I flat. And a lot of times, like, go down a tick, I'll flatten, and then it'll go up, and I'm just like, you fucking bitch. But it's like, you know, as soon as you get in, especially when you know you're buying the high, if it doesn't go into profit right away, it's just more of a higher risk to just hold it than to just cut it. So I'd rather just like lose the
Re-enter.
2 ticks than, I mean, you know, it's like, you bitch ass. Like, it's probably going to the settle, or at least maybe the overnight point of control. But
Yeah, that's what I was originally aiming for. But
me
then
too.
when it came back kind of whippy like that, and with the weak volume below, I got a little bit nervous. But yeah, it was still a good trade. But
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I got 9 points on it, so not too bad. Total off the 2 lots.
Oh, nice, bro.
yeah, I got 11 points from that trade.
Showing off, huh, Tommy?
Yeah, I have to someone we've got to outdo you every now and again, Brad. Even if it's by a tick, mate. Blame that.
That's what I always do to Jared when we're playing video games. He'd be like, oh, I had 10 kills. I'm like, oh, did you? I had 11.
10 headshot kills, different.
Yeah.
I got 1 point on each account. I took a scout.
Nice. Yeah, still squeezing up. So they did it again, right? Oh, I can't believe that. We called it and then we missed the move. Fucking rookies. It even pulled back.
Taken.
I
Sorry,
mean,
go on.
it pulled back perfectly. We should have bought this.
Yeah, to that spot. That's what I was about to say to you. After you
Yeah.
took profit on that, if it was quick enough, that's a good re-entry point there, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. The only thing that was making me a little bit nervous is like we still have a like negative breath. Yeah, we're coming up a little bit, but I don't know. I think we'll have some opportunities still. I mean, what time is it? 9:55. Let's take a look at what the PMI number was. And remember the 17 quarter level. That was the pivot. That's going to be the pivot level. So just lock that into your brain for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I was thinking wait until B period for my next trade anyway.
That's kind of what happened. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, no. I was like, it's not going to hold the view up. That's literally what I was thinking inside my head. I'm like, oh, it's going to hammer this thing. The NASDAQ just looks really strong here. Sometimes thinkers swim, I swear. I'm going to fucking delete this thing. What are we at here? NASDAQ is basically flat, 0.02. A little bit of selling there on the 24.75 coming in, but that's short covering to me, I think.
Yeah, A period stopped at the first standard deviation. 30 quarter.
This is liquidation. So this is what I was trying to show you guys yesterday. Remember, we didn't get it, and then we ended up kept bouncing. So like we get a nice stair step up, but then just two big bars take it out. That's liquidation. So now I would say you're reset back to even. So we had our 17.5 pivot, but now our pivot's turning to the VWAP here. And so if we're below the VWAP and you're getting long, unless it's responsive a little bit lower, you're having a tough situation if you're getting long below the VWAP but near it. Because as these people start to liquidate, more and more people start to think the same thing, right? Good volume coming in right there on the 20 though. Yep, they keep flushing it. See, and I think more times often than not, honestly, this is what's going to happen. And so that's why I'm saying, like, we caught the nice trade. Where did I take the trade from? 15 quarter and 15.50 is where I got long at. Would have been like right here. So like, yeah, like right here in this little consolidation, we got the news and then the market went up. But so, imagine we get long up here and then all of a sudden this starts happening. 4 minutes goes by, we're back down to our initial entry where we got long the first time. We had a chance to play the same play almost all over again by just being patient. Yeah, maybe it could have squeezed up for the rest of the day, but I think more oftentimes, especially when we're seeing, mixed signals. I mean, the tick looks like shit. But weighted AD is very mixed. Back it was negative, positive. Back almost to flat. The breadth is negative. I would say that we played that right. Yeah, we might have not gathered every point on that. But I would call that an A+ trade, actually. So I take it back. That was a perfect trade. Good job, Tommy. Good job, TJ. Little trade review, because right now we're just kind of, sitting on our hands, letting the market give us some more information. Seeing all the people that got long with us liquidate here, that we're kind of hoping for that runner that we were talking about. So. And now we're like, oh, thank God we didn't get long up there.
Yeah, the counts aren't really helpful, are they? Sorry, I was in a meeting.
Oh, no worries.
Bot got into a put though. I mentioned that in the channel. Not that that was definitely the way to go, but well, it looks like it was the way to go now.
Yeah, we got a little
Yeah.
rally, and then now we came back down low.
That's kind of popping down.
We'll see a shorts cover again down here.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, I'll keep you guys informed as the bot goes. I got another meeting.
Okay.
Catch you guys in a bit.
Nasdaq's getting hammered back below the VWAP now. Weighted AD's gone back to negative. It doesn't look great right now. A lot of selling coming in this 1075, 1050. I was saying we don't want to get long below the view up. So it was responsive. So there's still some opportunity here, and you're seeing some responsive buyers come in. You're starting to see tapering here off the low. But all the volume's down here. Nasdaq's still coming lower here. It's tough to buy the market right here, guys. I mean, you have nice tight risk, which is nice, but it's a little bit more difficult the second time around. Especially because we went back up into yesterday's value and then came back below. So really, I would say unless we get back above that open, just be careful. It does look like it wants to pop though. Back to this volume. Weighted AD's back to flat. We kind of have like a double bottom look here. The bot did a 3 candle buy. Morning, Will. Calls and puts are 0 and 50 now from the bot.
I lied. I don't have a meeting evidently.
Nice, lucky.
Well, I just did the double down. So we're halfway there. Well, I guess 30% or something, 33, something like that.
The VIX is making a new high right now. Nasdaq's coming back down. Yeah, this is not. It's looking like it's flipping lower. Look at the breadth on the NYSE too. Really kicking 4 to 1. That's a pretty negative reaction. Nose having tech issues. What? Oh, the NYSE. The NYSE's having tech issues.
You did a autocorrect and made it nose. That's funny.
Excess in this A bar down here. Do you think we get a test of that?
Yeah,
Into
I
it
think
now?
I think we're coming down to this area right here. Like this
Down below.
3 to 4,000 level. So that's where that weak spot in the profile was yesterday. I think there's still trapped longs below yesterday's open. So this is where we should see short covering. So if the market continues to kind of look weak, And when I say weak, I mean non-directional. When it gets down here and starts to just kind of right, I think that we can probably catch a nice responsive long. I don't know if it'll get continuation, but there should be some shorts covering here, and there should be some opportunity.
That's the
But I
area
mean,
I have. Well,
the weighted AD's, trying to go lower. The Nasdaq's catching a little bit of a bounce off its opening range low. But I mean, look at I don't know what tech issues they're having, but now it's 5-1. So I don't know what's going on in the NYSE. It's hard to buy that though. You've got Apple green, Google green. Nvidia's actually pretty green.
Breath, sorry, is positive for me still, but the NYSE's minus 5.5.
Yeah, the Nasdaq's like right there. Yeah.
It's not as low as the NYSE.
Right. Oh, AMD opened up on a gap lower.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure it'll actually get the full continuation.
Okay, let's zoom out real quick and see. They've got the gap down there at 71. Yeah, I think you might go down actually. I think you might be okay.
Well, we'll
Today.
see. It's got a. I'm gonna give it a little bit of leeway. I'll let it do maybe a 10%. 10% in the negative. Well, I might give it a little more room than that.
A lot of excess on today's A as well, if that gets left, isn't it? So do you think we've got a chance of coming back up into there?
Into on the high?
Today's high, yeah, the A excess.
Yeah. I think there's trapped longs up here, trapped momentum longs. We got another weak spot above. But like it's gonna because of how negative everything is, it's gonna have to be like incremental. So like the first thing we have to capture is the VPOC, then the next thing the open, and then once we get the open and we get the VPOC as kind of like a backstop, then I'm like, okay. And then and then you're getting this right here. Look at the tick popping up all the way to strong. Nasdaq just ripped up to its VWAP. So it would have been nicer if the market could have came down.
He was looking for a bit more of that, right?
Well, no, I just was, my entry was a little bit lower.
Yeah, you was looking for it to come down a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, did the B low and couldn't take it. Commissioning.
Oh, from the B. Oh, okay.
So right now we're kind of trapped between the excess from today and that excess low.
Right. Yep. Yeah, you've got shorts covering here and longs. Every time it bounces, longs,
Makes sense. And then you've got that big volume area in the middle.
Right, exactly. Where everyone is just kind of gambling.
Yeah, because this is easily one of those days before where I could have got sucked in. It looks like it's going back up now. It's going down. No, it's going up.
Yeah.
Go long, go short, do everything.
Yeah.
Go sideways.
Yeah. And that's the thing a lot of people forget about.
Out your longs, you get double stopped.
Yeah.
Well, the bot made its play. I guess we'll see if it makes its way, claws its way back to profit. I mean, it's right, just barely up right now, 3%, 4% up right now.
Large volume area, forming pretty early in the session. Does that increase the chance of a rotational day, Brad? Because it's going to be hard to get away from.
I honestly, I don't know today, because we're still inside yesterday's range, and yesterday's range was a 70-point range, so fairly large range, but it's really hard to kind of decide, and that's really why I'm kind of using yesterday's value area as kind of like our area where if we can get a couple TPOs printed up in yesterday's value, then we've got good odds of coming back up to that 40, the VPOC of yesterday, and settle 36. So that's pretty much my play today, just because of where we're at. Until we get below that that liquidity, so like that 4,000, or like yesterday, if we get below yesterday's open, I'm kind of gonna abandon any ideas of the long, especially because if we get below yesterday's open, this shit's gonna be real red. And it would just be kind of trying to time it anywhere back there. But here we know we can play off trapped liquidity, so that's why I liked that area. And so at least now, we know we can play against trapped liquidity. If we can pop the open, we can play against the trapped liquidity that's definitely trapped here at the point of control, and then probably utilize that Globex low as our stop, because we should see mechanical buyers off that Globex low. You see that tapering right there off that Globex low, like pretty decently. So I kind of expect it to continue, and it kind of does look like it is continuing, to be honest.
To the low or to the up?
Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
Unfortunately.
feels that way.
Yeah.
Come up, test this AXS, and then just pull back into the middle, right?
Yeah. I mean, and we can come right up to this
Do
20.
anything right now, really, can't we?
Catch an offer, and then boom. And that's kind of the key here is, are we going to get acceptance above that value area or below? I mean, and inside the Globex range gives us better odds, so we can kind of extend value area low, so the 20 all the way down to like the 14, 12 area, I guess. I don't know where value Globex lows at, but exactly, it's somewhere right there. But like in that area, there's good odds that we can at least get back up into yesterday's value. As we get below the Globex low, it starts to get, the odds start to increase that we're going to get that continuation lower. So yeah, like you're saying, Tommy, there is no conviction yet, but it does look, I mean, you're seeing the NASDAQ kind of flip over. They tried selling early, which we expected. It didn't work. We bought it, caught a nice trade. They sold it again here in B period, but this time the buyers haven't jumped on. So maybe sellers realized how weak buyers were as they got trapped up there above that 28, and then they're going to sell the market today. It's tough to know. And so I think the better what?
Go ahead. I was gonna say, I feel like once C opens up, that you will have a better picture. Like right now, there's not really, I mean, it's definitely above volume, but there's not really necessarily a conviction.
Yeah,
Not that
and
I'm biased by any means.
I think the better odds are for us to play the edges here, or try to play closer to the edges if we don't have a backstop. Morning, Dad. Morning, Patrick. Because yes, it really could do anything. But if C period opens up and takes the B low, then that's going to give us some one time framing, so that it can give us a little bit more conviction to the downside there. So there's the 20. This is the area we're looking for it to pop and hold above the open.
For this trade.
Thanks.
Did you get in this trade, Brad?
Yep.
Where did you get him from?
The open.
Okay, cool. And then what backstop behind the VPOC?
I had my stop at the Globex low.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Seller's trying to move down here on this 26.
They're the trades where I struggle with my like monitoring with my stop when you get the quick liquidation, because a lot of the time it always comes back and back tests it, doesn't it? And you never know when it's going to come back.
Right.
That's the ones where I've been struggling with my stop. Like in this B bar from the open, you got quite a lot of liquidation there and weak spots in the profile.
Right, and the spot that I'm keyed in right now is this like 2175. If we get too much below that, I'm gonna have to bail out.
Talk about all over the map. Holy cow. So far, we've passed open how many times? In the, oh, I guess they're only in the second candle, but in the 5-minute charts on AMD, we went 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we go back down past open, that'll be 5 times in the first 30, no, first hour that it will have passed the open.
Yeah, it's gone over it a lot. The
Which is
40-40
not,
area.
not
Targeting
good.
the overnight POC, Brad.
Hang on, say that again.
Is that what you was you going for the same play you tried earlier, aiming for the overnight POC or the previous day's POC?
Yeah. Yeah, previous day's POC and the settle is kind of my target here.
Yeah, they're just there. They want to get taken, but every time it goes up, they get slammed back down.
The first standard deviation's at 28 half now. 28 quarter, 28 half.
Right where those longs got trapped earlier. A lot more green coming in up here now. So, and the weighted AD's coming buy side. Seen the tick hold above 0 for the past, 10 minutes or so. 1, 2, oh, what's this? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes. Yeah.
Can you make it a little smaller so we can see the red arrows on the top and the green arrows on the bottom on the tick?
Oh, I don't have them on there. This is on
okay.
this is on Sierra charts, this tick.
Ah, got it.
Yeah. It's just a lot
That was nice.
more
It was nice with
responsive.
this. Oh, got it.
This one is.
Yeah, the other one just sort of helped to sort of dictate when you saw a lot of green arrows, you knew that it was actually staying above it, and it was easy to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I could put that one back on.
It's okay. I would defer to everyone else. I mean, I only use it when I'm.
Do you have to use a different data, Brad, for tick on? Because if I try on Ninja, for example, I can't. It doesn't work correctly. Do you need some kind of different data?
Yeah, you'll have to have stock data.
Okay, cool.
I don't know about for Sierra charts though, if you need stock data. But I think everybody has stock data now on Sierra charts. I'm not sure. Hello? Hey. Hey. Good, how are you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's because he's not getting that basal rate. I just wait until I just tell him next time you go to the bathroom, you've got to check for ketones. So oh, okay, yeah.
If this push goes a little bit further, bot might get out.
No, he's fine. He can go back. He just got to drink water. Yeah, whenever he comes back up. Yeah, whenever he comes back up, just tell him to drink water. Yeah, because there's nothing. I don't want him to miss class. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Bye. Sorry about that. 40-40 area where sellers took control yesterday. Longer we stay below, more bearish. Yeah.
I like you got the score on lock now, Brad.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't fuck around.
Oh, getting more P counts in AMD, so that's at least a decent sign. P counts are kind of modest overall, though. 28 and 11 right now. So nothing really that says definitively one way or the other. Although all I care about is AMD, so Screw the rest of them.
We hold
Yeah.
this night and we might get a pop.
Yeah,
I
it looks
think
like
so.
it's trying to pop now. 29 and 12.
Yeah, stops still climbed up at this point. AMD got that big move yesterday. That's kind of what moved the market up yesterday until it kind of stopped. But I mean, that move on chips was crazy yesterday. Nvidia got a big pop yesterday as well.
Yeah, my second data set. So the first one did, I think it was like 20 something percent up. The second data set, it basically is just downloading the data a different way. And it ended up at like 100 and it ended up 97% up because I do the playback at the end of the day using that data just to see how it would have done. Because my goal is at some point to have both sets of data running, use it for the bot.
Right.
And the one made 30. So the one that I played yesterday made 28 or 30% or something like that. But the other one made like 97% return.
Damn.
So it kind of freaking killed it. I feel like they're toying around with us with B. It's like, oh, hey, we'll hang out in the middle until the very, very last few minutes of that period, and then we're gonna shove it one way or the other. Everyone's gonna have to deal.
Yeah, right now we got shorts trapped on the excess and B. And then once we got over this 17 to 19 area, we had short shot. We had that huge like 10-point rally to the high. But now it's just back to the middle.
Counts are turning over, not substantially, but they're 9 and 22.
Nasdaq's starting to come down here a little bit.
Bot's getting close to being able to get out. Bot will get out in the next candle if this thing does not pop. It'd have to pop pretty hard though.
C periods in 6 minutes.
Nope, didn't quite get down far enough. It popped back up just enough to keep the bot from getting out.
We're gonna mess around, let it get back over this 19.
Even on the bounces though, it looks like it's been making lower highs.
It has, yeah. It hasn't been making lower highs and lower lows. Here's a low, a high, lower low, lower high.
Yeah.
So this could kind of be a lower or higher low. Depends if we can take out that 29. Yeah, you're right though.
Well, we only have 4 minutes left before the next period, so that's gonna set the tone pretty quick. Because once that thing opens, this thing is gonna rip in one direction or another, it seems. Or it feels like it. That feels like that is what's gonna happen anyway.
22 is this value area, or 20, what is that, like 21? There's a lot of selling on this 22, it looks like. That's where the volume came in, 22 half. But this move up is kind of on weaker volume. There's a little bit of volume coming in on the 19 here now. Three minutes. I'll be right back.
P counts are starting to pick up. 1447. Dang, this is a hell of a battle. 1 minute till new candle. They're trying to push it up. Are they gonna get C to open higher?
Yeah, that's annoying as fuck.
So far, it's only adding to the bottom of C.
Yeah, for sure. I'm done. I'll hit you up. Okay, for sure.
Did it break? Oh no, it popped a little bit back above open.
All right. Yeah, sure. All right, later, bro. How's AMD looking? It looks like it's pinned down a little bit.
It's basically right at open.
Hmm.
It popped back down. It's right about open. It hasn't gotten the bot still in. Still waiting. But I may close it out early if this thing doesn't
Looks like a lot of back and forth this morning, huh?
catch a conviction.
Yeah, there has been a lot of back and forth.
The bots were getting really close, but oh, it's getting more P counts.
You got
Oh.
the
Oh, it-
open at the mid, right in the middle of the day.
Yeah, and then that C right off that's very mechanical C low there.
Would you say because it's off the B half back and off the open and off the mid?
Right, exactly.
Do you find that gives it more strength, like for a pop kind of thing, because there's more people buying it?
I think on a
Different
day
levels.
like today where sellers haven't shown any conviction, that it gives us an area to play off of.
Cool.
We sure are. Let's go C period. But it's easy because it's like, if it goes below that, it's not like one of those trades where you're like, if I take a couple points of heat, like it's not that bad. If it goes below that, you're fucking wrong anyways. So like, you can be
Put your stop right.
you can
close,
be
yeah.
like, yeah, emotionally content with that loss.
Dang, I thought C was gonna open and it was gonna rip and do one, basically set a tone. I mean, I guess it kind of has because it seems to be more to the upside, but I mean, that's kind of the way we've been seeing it all the morning anyway.
VIX is smacking the low right now. The dollar is also coming down off the high quite a bit. Nasdaq making a new high or close to it. Or not, excuse me. The Dow making a new high. Sorry about that. Nasdaq popping up off of its view up. So that's interesting. You kind of have a little role reversal there. And if you ask me, kind of seems like a setup.
Maybe somebody's trying to play both sides of the fence to
Oh,
lure people in.
I think somebody is, yeah. But that C high just seems to be like getting kind of jammed down.
Sure does. Maybe they're trying to catch a bunch of shorts in this.
I don't know, for the most part, we're really still, we're still within B period's range here, so
No bets, no
C
conviction
period,
either way.
yeah, I mean, we're just kind of right in the middle of the range. If any, I mean, I'm in a long, but below that 18, I'm gonna be abandoning ship. But I mean, like, the market is just so, look at the weighted AD, it's like just flat. The tick's
Yeah, it's
finally
flat.
trying to break a 0 here. Popped right back up though. And we're at a spot where like people can sell the Dow now, so you can get some rotation. So they're kind of using the other markets to kind of lower everything down together, it seems.
Talk about mechanical.
Holy shit, ExxonMobil's up 12%? No fucking chance. Is that real?
They probably haven't had a spill in the last couple of years and everybody's excited.
Oh, my thing's all fucked up. I don't know what's
Oh.
going on. Oh no, I don't know, something crazy is going on with Exxon. at least the TD data, because it went from $99 to $126.
AMD's making a push. AMD's making a hard push down. They were
Yeah.
already at their low. They were already at the low or low-ish, and they're pushing hard to the downside. Oh, wow, really hard to the downside. Backed off a little bit.
You're just all or nothing, right? You don't like take some off or anything.
No, the bot plays through based on its averaging in. It's a complicated model, but it back tests really, really well. I mean, I'll just say it back tests really, really well. So I can't say 100% certain that it's perfect for every single scenario, but it makes profit about 70% of the time. But yeah, basically when the bot gets in, there's only two ways that it gets out. Typically, I mean, there are other ways if it's a certain, depending upon the play. But if it's a normal, the way the original model worked, it would get in and it would either reach its profit target, and then it would follow the data to see if the data said that it was going to continue, or if the data said that it was going to get out. And then it would follow that along until it gets out, or it would go all the way to the end of the day and say, I'm not in profit, and sell. Or in profit, it doesn't really matter. But if it didn't meet its target, it would wait until the end of the day to sell. But it's an all or nothing. The bot does not differentiate. I mean, that may be a modification that I will make over time, but for now, it's just all or nothing.
More buyers at the same spot. That's the 14. And so you can kind of see the VPOC not really shifting anywhere, just kind of staying in that same spot. Buyers really just, for the most part being patient, or traders really for the most part being patient and trading that VPOC lower. And so now we've kind of got 3 TPOs inside yesterday's value and 3 TPOs outside of yesterday's value. So like I said, I think the best odds for us is really to just try to play the edges of this profile.
Did you get out of your position? Just curious. You dropped below 418. I was just curious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got up. I actually took a new position from 15 quarter and 15.75, and then took it out 17.75. A little
Counts
2-pointer.
are finally showing conviction. Counts are now 1 and 81. So we're getting close to the zero. I guess for the last 3 candles we had that. So
Mine says 18 and 88.
you're looking at, so the one thing about the call put in the Discord is it's only every 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
If I did it every minute, it would be more accurate. But I asked
No,
everyone, and they're
that's
like,
fine.
well,
Yeah, that's fine.
so I have it only sending it every 3 minutes.
Okay.
But right now, 1 and 78. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard because I mean, in 3 minutes, a hell of a lot of things can change.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want to inundate everybody in the Discord and be like, what the flip is going on? Why am I hearing about this thing so much?
So we're back at this 17 quarter level, and a bunch of buyers looked like they were trying to come in here and struggled. Watch this 17 quarter if they lift it up from here. Seller trying to offer again. So seller gets it, but pretty even so far. And it looks like their target, that 16 again. Sellers trying to get heavy on the 16, it looks like. This look like here. So they lift through it.
Wow, AMD popped right when you said that, and then immediately came right back to where it was before it popped.
So they're backing and filling here. Watch this 1775. They're trying to back and fill here.
IT sectors dropped from where it was. It was about 0.5% up, and now it's about 0.35.
Nice. So little baby pop there. I mean, like you can just see the market just kind of tightening up, coiling, right? NASDAQ is coiling as well. If I had to say, I would say the Dow kind of looks like a bear flag. So it kind of looks like, maybe it wants to go down a little bit. And they're just squeezing it here. I'm breaking this little squeeze to the upside here. They're trying. NASDAQ's right at its VWAP. Lift. There they go. 30 is the target for them here. That's where all the volume's at. 30. Which is the peak. So now's probably a good time if you're still in or took a couple. Maybe start getting ready to take some off as we approach this weak spot in the volume. See this 602 right here, which is about 27 3/4. Morning, Dr. VJ. Oh, they're getting absorbed right here at the 25. They're selling big, but there's no. They just keep refilling right here, like, every time it ticks, it goes right back, and then they just fucking add more bids to it.
I like short covering.
Seems like it.
Watch this 25 area. If they get above this 25 area, that's basically it. Like, they just held it down, covered all the shorts they wanted to cover, and now they're gonna let it loose. Same thing as yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Been waiting for.
Suck a dick.
Imagine that, Jared in a short.
I'm
You
in
went
a
into
long.
short? Oh, I was about to FaceTime you.
Okay, I thought he was like, what?
I was about to abuse you face to face. Yeah, Jared, what the fuck? Are you listening to me at all?
Did he not hear a fucking word I just said?
Go get Cat. She needs to watch this.
No,
I'll
I
have to
was
give you
in a long
fucking
I was
lashing every hour if you're fucking doing that. Notice the key though. Where'd we come right up to and get rejected? 30. That's where the volume's at, right? So that seller basically what he did right there is he pushed it down, covered a lot, and then he's like, I'll sell it to you up here at 30, come and get it, let it come up, and then he smacked it back down. The thing is, what it seems like to me is that every time we go up on light volume, so short covering. And eventually, you know, if you can't go down, you must go up. Because everybody is naturally looking to buy. Oh, there it goes. Now we're going to 35. My crystal ball just lit up. And it was like 35.
Remember what we were
I
talking
was
about,
like, oh,
Brad? How
shit.
funny it would be if there was like a chat for this, and then like you just like write the seller and be like, "Why so pussy?"
Did you watch that video I sent?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'll play it. I'll play it right now for everybody. This video is funny as fuck. Let me find it.
There's other ones too that he's
But
done.
this is my favorite one. Oh yeah,
Really
he has some really funny ones. Yeah. This one is just it's my favorite.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Okay.
Grab a Hainanese chicken rice,
Yeah, we can do Hainanese chicken rice.
but not spicy.
No spicy. Why?
I'm sorry.
Why you like this? Why you scare spicy? White people hate flavor. You put salt and pepper in everything in your gammon. You love gammon for some reason. Gammon is the most bland food. Why you don't like spice? Tell Uncle Roger why you don't like spicy.
Hurts my tonsils.
Hurt your tonsil.
Yeah.
You don't need tonsil. Cut it off. Why you be with him so pussy? Can't even handle spice. How you guys met? Tell me. What you see
At
in
a
him?
food festival.
Food festival must be bland food festival. Only potato. Hello, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Oh, dude, that guy, he has so many videos, but he's funny as fuck. He had me dying.
Yeah, he's funny. He's good.
Why are you with him? So pussy.
You don't even need a tonsil.
Tell Uncle Roger why you don't like spicy.
I love when he goes, "Hi, yeah."
This chop right here is shorts covering it above the previous high on the 1 minute chart.
Yep, they're scared. Like, oh shit.
Brad's in the trade. Fuck, get out.
Oh no, it's the cops.
When I asked if you took partial profits, that was me saying, should probably cut, baby.
I keep debating on if I should close this thing out.
That AMD?
Yeah,
Let me look at the chart.
it's not really
Huh.
showing conviction to the upside, but it's also not necessarily saying
I don't think there's
big
any.
downside.
Yeah, I don't think there's any change really yet in AMD.
But if the market rallies, AMD is gonna pop. Not a lot, but at least a
We
little.
haven't taken it yet, so.
We're gonna
haven't what?
take the high though.
What,
Oh.
TJ?
I was saying we haven't taken the high yet.
Oh yeah.
We are.
Keyword.
So
yet.
AMD was
AMD is what?
AMD opened up on a gap down already. So I mean that's part of the reason why
was-
I'm like, do I want to chance it?
it was downgraded today.
No, it opened up on a gap down. So it was up big on a gap yesterday, and today it opened up on a gap lower. But it really hasn't done anything. Like, I mean, here's AMD right here.
I'm saying the stock was downgraded.
Was it?
Oh, it was downgraded today?
What the fuck was that?
Oh, AMD gets downgrade. Analyst cites plunging PC demand. Well, how about that? All right, well then I'm holding. Fuck it. I may actually hold these into tomorrow.
But yeah, so like what I was saying is there hasn't been much change, right? So we had the big volatility on the open, and then inside bar, and then another inside bar. So AMD, like, there's just no change. So until we either break this level here or the high, I think, yeah, I think you
It'll go to the
I
downside.
think you
Well,
hold.
and maybe I just wait until the end of the day.
Yeah. I'm trying to sell some calls in AMD at 76.55. I was hoping we get a little retest up there today. Couldn't take the Globex high. Sell some calls. And then we go down. Because I think there is going to be a little bit of a pullback. If we look at the daily chart on AMD, you can see there's the gap up.
Yeah.
And so maybe a little back and fill of this gap, because this gap has acted as an area before. So here's this gap here. Didn't trade through here, so we just traded through it.
70. Oh, wow. It's at 74 right now. So basically you're looking at like a 70, 71 range.
Right. So
Well,
if I
just
can,
today, potentially.
right. And so if it gets any higher, basically I was going to sell these 76 calls against these 80 calls, and then hoping that it's going to come back down in this gap, and I'll buy them back when it gets back down to 70, and I'll be chilling in the money there.
That'd be nice.
As long as the IVR is high enough, then we'll be good.
Counts are even. They popped up a little earlier, but now they're back to even. 7 minutes till next, till D. I guess with the downgrade, even if the market pops, AMD probably won't go as hard. And then at the end of the day, if the market comes back down, AMD will.
That
Won't-
shit literally means nothing. Analysts are just the fucking dumbest people in the whole world.
So market being down, or AMD being downgraded means jack shit.
I mean, probably what happened is someone put that out, it gapped down, and they're just buying it because they're like, fuck, I don't want to buy it at 77 because pre-market was 77.12 high. They're like, I'm gonna put out this news alert, boom, gap down, and then now they're just soaking it up.
So it just 'cause it's
Or actually, probably what happened is, and this is better odds, what probably happened is somebody's trapped short from yesterday because that first period just ripped up, and they got trapped from what looks like Friday. So they probably put that out, and then since it did gap down, they're short covering. And that's what I'm counting on, because that way we can kind of rally back up to like that 76 area, sell some puts, and then be in the money. Uh-oh, there goes the high. 35, here we come. 35, come on, do what my crystal balls. I'm hearing some cha-chings. Motherfuckers raking in the dough over here. I like it. I like it.
Hearing the cha-ching. Cha-ching.
No 35, huh? Why are you so pussy?
Why you not like spice or flavor?
I don't even know what gammon is. What is gammon?
It must be some British shit.
Were they British or Australian?
Gammon. What is gammon?
Yeah. You know what that
It's
is?
pork.
Oh, pork. Oh, okay.
But like it's kind of like the pink cut, you know. So it's you get a gammon joint. It's kind of like a big bacon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have it with roast dinners.
So pussy.
Taking your lunch money? Pop, are you shorting that?
What? Why?
It's like, where'd you guys meet? Food festival. Oh, must be plant food only. Potatoes only.
Was your dad shorting?
Oh, not my dad. No.
Pop
Oh.
is someone else. Oh, he had a tight stop. Yeah, counts a flip. They're definitely toward the upside now.
Yep. Well, crystal ball's right again. Let's shake it. Let's shake it again and see if we can
So
find some other
basically
numbers.
What you're saying is if you have the balls, then you can see the future.
That's a good analogy, probably. No, it just looked like 35 was the ticket there. It looked like it wanted to close this Peter gap, as I call it. Everything was starting to boil in, right? The Dow finally started to look strong. Even the Russell's not looking bad. Bonds are rallying hard here too. Damn, should have played a little bit of bonds. VIX is back below 20. The 10-year is below yesterday's range. The dollar's coming down a little bit. Now time for some more rotation. Let's see.
What's a
A Peter gap? I call it a Peter gap because he refers to it as a gap. It's basically like a CME gap. So like a gap from the close. So like today, the settle yesterday was 36.5, but the open was 18. So there's kind of, even though we're opening up inside yesterday's range, there's kind of a gap in here, right? And you can see them, like if I pull up a daily chart. Turn the extended hours off. And then go to
So
we'll go
100 watt
30
order
hang on,
went
hang on.
through right there.
Oh, yeah, I'm 34. Fuck,
Yeah.
hang on, somebody ring my doorbell. Hang on.
It's probably someone covering or getting out of a position.
That's what I think. I think it was somebody's stop probably.
Sorry, I fucking hate when people come to my house. Like, I didn't.
We do.
I can invite you over. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here. Fuck out of here. But what were you saying, Jared?
Well, I was just saying it was a 100 watt sell order that went there, which I would assume was probably a long getting out. Probably ran his, he was probably running a pretty tight stop.
At 34.
Yeah, he's probably taking profit.
Yeah, it looks like a little competition trying to come in on that 34 level. But so here's that gap, Kevin. So like, if you see like zoomed out, like, so this is a 30-minute chart, and this is Friday, and then let me zoom in. So here's Wednesday, right? And then this is Thursday, and so you kind of see the close on Wednesday, but then the open on Thursday was way down here. So there's kind of a gap, even though, well, this is kind of a bad example, I guess, but well, here's a good example. So like, here's the close here at 4,002. The open was actually at 39.67. The market rallied, right? It took a little while, didn't close the gap, and then closed the gap once it finally broke the high. But even though we were inside yesterday's range, you still get this kind of gap look here. And so I refer to that as like a Peter gap. And you can see the same thing here with today, right? So we had the close here, open was way down here, and then, we just came up the past period and kind of closed that gap out. I call it a Peter gap. It's just, I mean, that's just because Peter Reznicek tracks them. But he's, I mean, they're a lot more prevalent on stocks because stocks are easier to gap because they don't trade 24 hours a day. So if you get on the pre-market and get some size, it's easier to fucking bully some people. All right, so we got some trap shorts below here. Tried the long from 27 and 5 and got stopped up for 3 points. Tried to short it. Expected 29 a couple times. Oh yeah. Yeah, it did. I mean, it did reject off that 29 a couple times.
Yeah, I cut mine a little early. So I think I got 2.25 in each of my accounts. I would have had 6 if I'd have let it play out. Got nervous and took
Nothing
profit.
Yeah, because you never know. Like, especially yesterday, people are thinking, oh, it's gonna roll over. But I mean, we pretty much visited that point of control. So unless we get a rotation that takes us back underneath of this 24 area, then everything is just basically telling us that we're going up. And then the target is going to be where like all these volume pockets, so like 41, 44, value area high 48. At 50, of course, but we're coming up into that area that Roach talked about this morning too, that 40 area, the 40-40 that has acted as resistance since yesterday when the sellers took control. And this is kind of where he's talking about they sold it down and then they held it yesterday. So if it can't get above that 40-40, you could see that liquidity break that we saw like early this morning back to value. Oh, they got him. Unless they can get back below 35, they got him. Oh, they're trying. Okay, they got him. Nope. Dude, oh, if they can't get back below 35, they are stuck. Stuck. Sellers. They can't do it. They're trying their hardest right here. Oh, they finally got there. Damn, they were getting nervous. I could tell. Now that they're back below there, though, like, it kind of tells us like that poor high off a very mechanical level. There's really good odds that this high is not going to hold. We're kind of basically what you're going to search for is where our buyer is going to step in to kind of fix this weak high. What is kind of interesting is that it's coming in a spot where you expect, I mean, most people being back to break even, so kind of a net neutral position. And you don't expect any significant moves from bigger players because we're still inside the previous day's range. And we're in like, where's the half back of yesterday was? 21. 50s where that seller was at yesterday.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna try it again. Yeah.
Try what? Oh, the downside?
No, upside.
Oh,
Looks like they're
It's getting a little extended here. I think we they might try to pull it back a little bit, kind of close this gap, shore up the structure a little bit. You just don't want them to get too much below that, like 24, 26 area. Because if they do, then it starts to go back to kind of like a choppy mess, and then it's lunchtime, basically. Perfect time to take a lunch when the market starts to get choppy. Just be like, you know what? You guys can have that one. We got everything we were looking for, plus a couple extra ticks, so...
So I guess that AI lawyer isn't till next month. And it's an actual robot. I thought it was just like gonna be a computer. It's an actual robot.
Oh yeah, yeah. It even like supposed to show emotion and shit. We'll see. Telling you,
Oh,
it's like these guys haven't
cry
seen a
these-
movie. You know, like, don't you guys know it's a bad idea? Like, we've made movies about how this is a bad idea. It always ends bad every time the robots try to take over because we abuse them.
And China's super intensive tracker tracks every single citizen in that Skynet.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm sure we have something similar that's, you know, it's called iPhone. Wait.
God, what that thing.
It's called the Patriot Act. Yeah, that's right. Listen, I'm gonna listen to all your shit, read all your emails, and know everything about you for your safety. So you're welcome.
We're gonna put this camera on your doorbell and let the local police use it for your safety.
All right, Pop. Sounds good. Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Definitely happens to all of us. Probably me more than the rest.
Yeah, I mean, it's no, I think
What's
it happens to everybody. You know, it's just
Well, I think
part of the
that's when you
process.
start doing revenge trading, stepping away so smarter. I guess that's true. Typically, I just get angry and I start revenge trading. So maybe it doesn't happen to me exactly that same way. There's no news or anything today, right?
um,
So there's not going to be something that's going to come and just like all of a sudden swing everything in some
no,
crazy way.
no, not today. No.
Good.
I think there is some news. Oh god, sex bots.
wasn't there a bunch of earnings today?
After
Well,
the
that's
market
after market. That's close of market.
is
though.
Microsoft, and that's going to be market moving. So
That won't affect me during day or hours, so open hours. So I'm fine.
yeah, I doubt it.
Unless it gets leaked, or somebody pretends to leak it. Well, heck, I could do that.
There you go. Get on fucking
Yeah, that
Chat
the SEC
GPT. Tell it to fucking write you an article.
SEC won't come after me for that. No,
And
they'd be
post it.
like, no, that's totally good. You're good.
No, you just have to post opinion on the bottom.
With actual what looks like real documents.
God damn it! I was just on this website this morning. I fucking started it. Where's it saving it at? Financial juice. That's what it's called.
The natural juice, isn't that testosterone?
No, financial juice.
Sorry, I was making sure.
Yeah, I was looking at that 31. Looks promising actually. It's just above all that volume.
This morning before you got on, Jared,
Uh-huh.
we were talking about buying down here in this area, like 4004, 4002 area, 4001, and it came like just right down and just fucking didn't fill and just came back up.
Ah,
I had to force my way in, but like it would have been such a nice trade. This thing looks like it's gonna possibly come back down to 30.
it's gonna have to get below that 31 because look at all that
AM
volume. Oh
AMD
yeah,
did not pop like the market did.
yeah, it's
'Cause
going down.
AMD is actually
Yeah.
back at open.
Got below all that volume right
Yeah,
there.
that's what I'm saying. AMD is just balancing lower, so that's what I'm saying. I don't think any
Yeah,
of the
you
buying
nailed it.
here is actual buying in AMD. I think it's all short covering.
Yeah, I think you nailed it.
So the key though will be tomorrow's move. So we'll probably balance until all the short covering's done. If we break to the upside, it's going to be a big break, and then we'll probably have to look up. I mean the. Fuck, I have to zoom out. AMD could run all the way up to 80. That's why I wanted to sell against those 80s. I'm gonna try to sell as close as I can. But
This is the 7th time it's passed open.
here it goes a little bit lower. Remember, the key here is like that 24 level. That's a level we talked about. It shouldn't get too much below the 26, 24. If it does, then we'll probably rotate back down to the 14 where all the volume's at. Yeah, AMD, if it doesn't go down lower today after all this short covering is done, then you'll know tomorrow that it's probably going to get into a call.
Probably.
Tomorrow's Wednesday too, so I'll turn around Wednesday.
Counts are even, dead on. It's been
Yeah,
a hard day to
like-
play.
looks like we're gonna keep going down.
All right, you guys ready to get long?
Yeah, tell us once you're in the trade, Sharon. Sorry, just kidding. I'm not getting in any longs. Not right now, anyway. I'm focused on my bot. Yeah, the bot
Yeah.
has, or AMD has made lower lows, so it's actually, I mean,
The
it
buy
seemed like,
imbalance just disappeared right there.
it seems like the ES popped that lower high. But now, but AMD never did. It has lower highs and lower lows the whole time.
Remember, Jared, you got to wait for those order flow bars to close for confirmation. I mean, you can use them as
Yeah.
they're changing, but if you do that, it can really cause
Yeah.
you to overtrade, which is why I tell people not to use them at all.
Yeah, no, I'm looking back to where I would get in. So like right here, still no. I didn't even take the short. You be proud. I'm just waiting for long. So I want to see it get back around probably 21, 22.
Why are you so pussy?
That sounds like it's the same guy that does emotional damage.
It is.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that
it's the same
explains
guy. Yeah, Uncle Roger. You tell Uncle Roger why you so big.
Oh, Boomer Rate says it's a different guy.
Oh, is it? Oh, I
No,
guess.
it's the exact same guy.
I defer.
Is that some kind of racial joke, Jared? I've never even heard of those guys.
You have to watch TikTok to know. Well, I don't know what else he's on, but I know he's on TikTok. Where he does something and something, some incident will happen and he comes on emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Yeah, those videos are funny.
Yeah, it is Uncle Roger. Well, he says it sometimes, I guess. Yeah, he does say it. Maybe they both say it. Who knows? That's the original. Oh, he probably just copied him then.
Yeah, that must be.
That's what fucking smart people do. People that have like a
All the way.
following, they see what else is trending and then they just do it, and then all of a sudden their video becomes super viral because they're already popular.
It's funny that Apple is the dominant. I mean, that has the most market cap of any company because they haven't innovated anything since the iPhone.
Well, that's the thing is like, but they do such a good job at getting their product to the customer.
That I'm not saying that's not true, but I'm just saying that there's not innovation there. They are not first to market with anything. I mean, the iPhone was the last thing, and the iPod I would say before that, but was the last thing that they created that really didn't exist before.
Well, what about their M chip?
But it's still, I mean, it's still a computer. It's a computer. Fine, they built their own chip, but I mean, ARM chips
Yeah.
have been around forever.
Yeah.
And
sure.
Apple has never been tied to any chip because they actually originated with Motorola, and then they decided they wanted to flip to power, or then they flipped from I don't even remember what it was, but the original chip to the Power PC, and then they went from Power PC to Intel. They're not married to a chip.
But I think I thought they are now though.
They are now because it's theirs.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What was that? I'm sorry, Jared.
Oh,
That was
I
Kevin.
understand.
Oh, Kevin, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying they created the software to kill the battery, so that was new.
You mean on the iPhone?
Yeah, they got busted killing the battery with the upgrades. That's why we have to buy a new iPhone every year.
But they do such a good job at marketing
that?
for like people just to want the iPhone. You know what I mean?
They do.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, the
And, like,
ecosystem.
Well, and then they also do such a good job at how they deliver to customer, because like when you go in and get a new iPhone, right?
It's like a
If you're
big deal, yeah.
if you're getting a new iPhone, it's going to cost you a couple bucks anyways, and so then the people that are selling at either Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, wherever you're getting your phone at, they're like, hey, because you're buying a new iPhone, you get 50% off all Apple products, and then you're like, oh my god, I need everything. AirPods, charger, fuck, I need iPad, and people just
Give
go.
me that MagSafe.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing that's good that goes big for them is interoperability.
Yeah.
So like if I pull out my AirPods and I sit down in front of my computer, my AirPods are immediately connected to my computer. But if someone calls me and I pull out my phone and I answer the call, it immediately switches to my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
And
don't
I
get
don't have-
viruses. Yeah.
Have you guys seen
Well-
the Apex did on their website? Under account summary, you get like a full graph of your progress and everything.
Oh yeah. It shows your profit per day and for each,
Yeah,
for
they got
each
like way
account.
better stats than they used to.
Yeah, I did see that. On each one of your accounts even.
Yeah, it has like a bar, like a line graph for each one.
And then it has like a meter that shows how green you are versus how red you are in that count.
What's a big deal with eggs? Why are people like crying about how expensive eggs are?
Because they are expensive from where they were.
But are people eating that many of them that they
Yeah.
need to worry about it? I mean,
I
it's
feel
not like a
like
gallon of gas.
Called
Yeah.
inflation.
I think it's just when you know you're getting fucked on something, you just know you're overpaying.
people just want to complain about shit.
Yeah.
See, that's a problem
I
that
mean-
can be solved. Like, just go buy a chicken. That shit will lay eggs. Free eggs. Boom. Problem solved. You go to Yuba City, you could have a chicken for free. They're fucking everywhere. Or Hawaii. They're fucking everywhere.
Dude, they're fucking everywhere in Hawaii.
It's the same way in
Or-
Yuba City, bro.
Really?
Yeah. What if you live in a flat? Yeah, I guess you're fucked. And you just don't eat eggs.
Or you just buy a chicken coop and put it in your house.
Oh, hell no. They're fucking...
I know, they're nasty. I'm
They're
just saying.
fucking dirty little freaks. I hate chickens.
And that would have been a nice little trade.
The six-legged one.
It was,
Thank you for-
yes. From 29.
Yeah, I was thinking about buying the first candle to make a higher high, but I think I've already kind of called. I'm done for the day. I think.
I was just using my Jared indicator today, so Jared's like, yeah, I'm gonna go short right here at 29. I'm like, oh, I'll go long.
I didn't say I was gonna enter a short.
Well, you said it's gonna go down 29 or something.
Yeah.
Something stupid. And I was like,
I wanted to see it go down to 24. That's where I wanted to get long from.
you saw the area. You should have longed it. You saw exactly what you were looking for, but you were. Well, I mean, I guess it's good that you stayed patient, but what you were looking
Yeah,
for
I
happened
didn't
right
even-
on the chart in front of you.
I know. And not only that, I didn't even take the trade anyway. I wish I did.
What, do you have a short bias going on?
I wish you did too. So
No,
can
I
go proud
wanted
of you.
I wanted to go long. I was trying to wait for a better entry, but
In my voice, in my brain, I'm hearing, "Why are you so pussy?"
yeah, for real.
But
So
I didn't take the trade either. So
Damn, Dallas Cowboys official Twitter is taking shots at Dak Prescott now.
what are they saying?
Just that he should probably get fired or something. He sucks. So he cost them the game.
All right, I'm gonna jump off here. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, later, bro.
later, man.
See you guys.
Everything's in alignment. SPY says it would have gotten into a put. NVIDIA says it would have gotten into a put. Today, it may have been wrong. Guess we'll have to see. I feel like Curly, they ain't over yet. That's from City Slickers. Just in case you guys are curious. One of the characters goes, "Hey Curly, kill anyone today? They ain't over yet."
What's that, Brian?
That show was funny. I like the second one too. Second one was good.
Yeah, they had it was a good run. Oh, that's Steve Jobs. Oh no, that was. Are you saying, Roach, are you responding to the question about what that YouTube is? Oh yeah, about inventing the iPhone. What does he do? What does he think? He sat down and pulled out his fucking toolkit and freaking built an iPhone? No, he went to his engineers and said, "I want this and I want this size." Yeah, that's a fucking hilarious video. Bill Burr freaking nails it. I don't know if that's the one, but
Oh, okay. I'll watch it. I'll check it out. All right, 2 minutes till E period goes up, or till E period opens up. Excuse me. Getting ahead of myself.
counts with 31 and 0.
Yeah, they're lifting big right here. Let's see.
Feels like it. Counts are now 34 and 0. C counts are kind of popping right now. Not hard, but still popping. Oh, I gotta go jump to a meeting. Be back in a bit.
All right, see. There's the E period. See what we get here.
There's the cup, and here comes the handle.
Tomorrow's a really light economic data day as well. All right, so the key here, you're seeing liquidation, right? So we got to the high, couldn't break, so you get liquidation. The key here is liquidation going to hold at trend? So will buyers show up back at trend around that 29 level, or are we going to get that break down to the VWAP, back down to that 20-ish? 22-ish. But yeah, kind of looks like we're just balancing lower. We do have a very mechanical high. We do have a very mechanical C low as well. And that B low is right at the base of those singles. So not really safe on either side, right? If there's a break of either side, there should be some either liquidation more to the downside or some short covering back up to the upside. Basically from the settle up until that Globex high, you're going to keep seeing people pile in right there. Short is what it looks like to keep trying to hold this thing down. So even if we do, get excess or pop above this C high, just make sure, you want to clear that Globex high there just to confirm that you're going to get some continuation. We're getting that first pullback back down to trend as 29-28 area. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna go get a workout in, grab some lunch. You guys have a wonderful day. Make sure that you are managing risk and sticking to your trade plan, and I will catch you guys later.